Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Health is Wealth. I am your host, SHABNAM RIAZ. As you know, we are here in the holy month of Ramadan, so we thought, why not have a special program to talk about the benefits of fasting, what it does to your body, what it does to your mind, body and soul, also mental well-being. So we're going to discuss all that with Dr. Abbas Shah, who is an aesthetic physician, and he is going to tell us about what Ramadan and fasting does for our body internally and externally. So let's go and have a chat with him. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Abbas. Thank you very much for inviting us here again into your wonderful garden near your clinic. Lovely to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
And also Ramzan Mubarak.
Ramzan Mubarak to you.
So today's program, as I described in the intro, is the benefits of fasting on not just the body, but also the skin and hair, because that's your area of expertise. And what it does for a person, what's the science behind it. So there are, nowadays there's something very common that is, well, we observe fasting for a religious nature, but there's also something that's very common now in the West, which is called intermittent fasting. And it's supposed to be associated with weight loss and other things as well. Can you explain exactly what that is?
Basically, we are fasting for the religious thing, like because it is in our religion. But now it is scientifically proven that if you fast for a day, or if you fast for a specific time, your body start consuming the extra fat and extra calories in the body, and it release the relaxing hormone and hormone that are also act as an antioxidant for the cancer and the diseases like this. Normally in our practice we usually prescribe patient with the diabetes, with hypertension, that they should have intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, basically it is the kind of fasting like we start it from the span of eating. The eating time is between 10 hours, like if you wake up in the morning and having a breakfast at 8 o'clock, and you should do your dinner at 6 o'clock. That is 10-hour span of the time.
So you have a 10-hour window.
Yes.
Right.
And with the time we recommend them to squeeze it, this 10-hour window to the 8 hours and 7 hours. This is nowadays it is ideal fasting, as we fast from the early in the morning and till the Maghrib. And it is the ideal time to get the intermittent fasting, as well as in our religion thing. So it have a really good result on health, on the mental health, on the physical health, as well as on your hair and your skin. You surely have noticed in the past during the Ramzan on Eid, everyone, yes, that is the main reason, and now it is scientifically proven that the fasting have a great impact on the skin and overall health of the person.
Okay, so what happens to our metabolism when we are fasting?
Basically, when we are fasting, the metabolism go on the ideal thing. In the past, our elders were like 80 years, 90 years, and having no disease like everyone is having, like nowadays. Like it is like diabetes, mellitus, hypertension.
Very common.
Yes, these are very common. Obesity is the main reason.
We hardly had these things
yes,
before.
And cardiovascular disease, heart attacks. These are the diseases nowadays prevailing. But if you go back in 80s and 70s, these diseases are very rare in person, because people usually go early to bed and rise early and having breakfast, and then they do their dinner at 6 or 5 p.m. and then they start
Before
before
sunset.
sunset.
Yeah.
So that this was the reason that they also they don't know what is the intermittent fasting, but they
But
were
they're
on that
actually observing it.
they were observing it
Yeah.
and on the trend of this intermittent fasting.
Right. Okay. So it seems like nowadays it's the opposite. We have the sort of late risers,
Yes.
getting up late. You know, if you're not going to work or it's holidays or whatever, and then because you're getting up late, you're having breakfast late, or maybe you're just going straight to lunch,
Yes.
and then you're having a very late dinner.
Yeah.
What does that do to your health?
Obviously the whole system has got the disturbance in it, because when you get up the late, the hormones that are releasing on the early in the morning, they release late. And if you everyone who is watching the TV
Right.
have observed that if they are rising late in the morning, their appetite will be decreased, and their the juices in the stomach, the natural juices in the stomach, like people are getting the acidity
Right.
as compared to
And
the
also another thing I've noticed, if you get up late, you feel lethargic, you feel fatigued,
Yes.
and you feel sort of, I don't know, you feel a bit depressed or something.
Yes.
It just makes you feel very heavy.
Because there is a link between the nature and the person's body. When you wake up in the morning and you just have a short time of the getting the breeze that is blow in the morning, and it automatically eventually it elevates your mood. Then you take your breakfast and get ready for the job or anything. It also have a good impact on your mental health, on
Yeah,
your
you
body
mentioned that before.
already.
Yeah.
And as well as you eat anything in the day, but when you have dinner, early dinner, then the acids produced in the stomach will act on that food, because acid continuously used to produced by the stomach. But if there is no food there, if you as late risers wake up late, and if the juices and or the enzymes that are secreted by the stomach, these are excreted early, and if there is no food, they definitely erode the layer of the stomach. And as well as if a person is having a dinner at 6 o'clock and then go to sleep at 9 or 8, then it is the perfect thing that one can experience in the day, that and also as well as it is a perfect thing we recommend to get the intermittent fasting, to get your food in that span of time. So in the Ramzan, when you break the fast, and then you have only 5 or 6 hours, and you have to sleep, you have to pray. These all things play a great role in that thing of intermittent fasting. And we are nowadays, it's summer is coming, and nowadays it is perfectly related to the intermittent fasting. So it play a great role on your skin and your mental health, your diet, your overall body, and as well as it plays a vital role in reducing the obesity.
Right, okay. So are there any specific groups of people regarding health issues that for them it's not recommended to be fasting?
No, there is no any person that the fasting is not recommended. Even people with the diabetes mellitus, they used to have a spell of hunger in the daytime or in the morning or the evening, but it is also beneficial for them to get fasting and eat portion of the food in the morning or in the evening, and there will be a good for them that they will convert their diet to the protein diet or the fiber diet in the Ramzan, because it is easy for them to manage this kind of diet, because on the whole day they are on fast, and when they break the fast, they could go either to the fiber diet, either to the protein diet, as compared to the carbohydrate diet, which have a very huge number of cholesterol and huge number of starch, which have impact on the rising the glucose level.
So fasting, what does that do to sugar levels and insulin?
Basically, during the day, if we don't fast, whenever we tend to eat something, so in the normal person, the insulin rush to the blood, and it will manage the your fasting thing, like your sugar thing. But
That'll rise.
That rise. But in the diabetic patient, there is some have insulin secretion issue, and in some there is no formation of the insulin or penetration of insulin in the cell. So if we are fasting for the whole day, and in the evening we break the fast, and we take a good fruits that contain fibers in them, and a good level of protein, and avoid the carbohydrate, it automatically lower down the glucose level, and make the insulin equivalent to the glucose level in the blood.
Right, okay. You mentioned cardiovascular health.
Yes.
What does fasting do for that?
Basically, the cardiovascular health is directly proportional to the blood viscosity, like blood is thick or thin, and as well as to the lipids, the fats in the blood.
Is that what makes the blood
Yes,
thick and thin?
also thick and thin, and making the if anyone having, God forbid, heart attack, it is mainly of two reasons: that the blood is not proper pumping, or the other thing is that there could be a clot in any blood vessels that is supplying to the heart, the coronary arteries that is supplying to the heart, and there could be a blockage of this artery, and the blood in the artery cause the experience the blockage, and the related muscle of the heart, cardiac muscles, go in the ischemia, like there is no blood supplied to the muscle. So in the fasting, if we fast, there could be a reason that the blood that the lipids in the blood are consumed by the body, because we are not eating anything, and the cholesterol level would be tend to go to the lower side, and there is a good and wide impact on the cardiovascular health of the fasting.
Right, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
That does. Okay, you mentioned mental well-being.
Yes.
Can we go a bit into more detail here? How does the fasting element sort of work on and affect our mental well-being? What's the science behind it?
As we have experienced in Ramzan, we get up early in the morning, we do the prayers, and as well as we eat specific foods. So the mental well-being is directly related to these things, as we do the fast, and we are in the also the religious. We are more tend to the religious things, and there is satisfaction in the mind, and as well as if we don't eat in the morning and in the day, our body get reactive to it. We are a bit more responsive, a bit more agile. There isn't any fatigue in the Ramzan. The body don't feel lethargic in the Ramzan.
Your brain's more fresh.
The brain is more fresh, and there is secretion of more chemicals in the brain that make one the thing like euphoric feeling, like a person is happy for no reason. but there
Okay.
is reason that he is fasting.
Because of the
He
fasting.
or she is fasting. She is doing the prayer. She doing and thinking good is
You're
also
having this sense of spiritual satisfaction as
yes,
well.
exactly.
That's making a huge difference.
Yes.
Okay, fascinating. What do you reckon? Okay, so with our lifestyles
Yes.
and the way our eating habits, let's say, many people have, you know, before the fast, when they're going to take their fast, they'll have bratai
Yeah.
and they'll have fried eggs or something, you know, to keep them going throughout the day, or maybe something that was cooked the day, you know, the night before, salan with oil in it and things like that, spicy stuff. Then, when it's time to open the fast, there'll be your fried pakode and your God knows what, everything fried, and then your salan. And that, I think, would be sort of, then you get a lot of people saying that, you know, if we feel full, we can't pray with this, with that. What, in your area of expertise and in your opinion, would be a healthy food to have your fast and a healthy food to open your fast?
The good thing in Ramzan that we used to have fast foods. We used to have junk foods normally in normal days, and we used to have eating outside. But in Ramzan, we tend to
Yeah,
do
to break that habit.
to break that habit. We usually don't eat junks in the Ramzan. But the case is different, that we used oily things, and the good thing is that we make it at home. These are
Homemade stuff.
highly hygienic. Our ladies are making it very hygienic in very hygienic environment. The good thing is that. Another thing is that the oily things and spicy things, that is debatable. That is debatable that we can make it by, there are air fryers in the market. We can
Very popular.
Yes, we
And
can.
it's a good investment for health.
Yes.
I mean, even if you think they're expensive,
Yes.
if you look at it in the long run,
Yes, it is
tell
very
us about the
beneficial.
benefits of air fryers.
You don't need to have oil in it. You don't need to have fry all the things, and the taste is same.
Same,
And,
yeah.
it's not
A huge difference.
It's not very huge difference. Taste is same. You can use the air fryer. You can bake the things in the Ramzan, because there is another good side that people are just getting into the families, and everyone tries to be at home at evening or in the morning, because having fast and breaking the fast, it is our priority to get to the home and do the family things, and the family is already
A
busy
center at that
yes,
time,
and
yeah.
people are mostly ladies are busy in the kitchen, and there is a good thing that they can
The
bake.
atmosphere is
Yes.
very, you know,
But these
beautiful.
all factors play a vital role
Yeah.
in your mental health, your
That's right.
physical health,
That's
your
right.
well-being, and orientation toward the family is very important.
Absolutely, because the sense of everyone being together
Yes.
and also, you know, fulfilling their religious duties, and the family coming together, as you said, which is sort of harder and harder now, because people have different eating habits,
Yes.
different eating times.
Yes.
So maybe everyone is not eating together, having breakfast together,
Yes.
having especially dinner together.
Yes.
So here we have all of a sudden the whole family coming together,
Yeah.
and for a month it continues that way.
Another beautiful thing that we offer iftaris to our family members, our friends, neighbors,
yeah.
and they in one day or another day they come and meet together, they sit together, and there is a very beautiful environment and fascinating
occasion, yes,
environment
that's
that can
true.
be impressive for anyone. Anyone is saying, if a person is not believing,
Yeah.
it is the thing that a person can be very attracted to the things, and obviously it have a great role on our daily life.
Because everybody's metabolism is different, so some people will you know, have a high metabolic rate, somebody will have a lower one. what foods, for people who say that, you know, they get weak, because the fasting will affect everyone differently. For some people, they don't feel anything and they're okay and they're energetic and, you know, they can get through the whole day. For some people, they get energy lows and they feel very sort of weak, and you can tell when you look at them that, you know, the thing that we say, rosa lagra, whatever. So to those people, what do you recommend that they should have in Sahri times that will boost their energy?
Again, there are good things in Ramzan, that having dates. Date is a complete food. Having date and a glass of milk is a whole meal.
Is a whole meal.
Yes,
okay.
yes. And if anyone is feeling that she is weak, getting weaker and having the food desire in the day, so he or she should take the milk and the date or milkshake of the
milkshake,
yes,
date milkshake.
Date
but then the
milkshake.
milk should be fresh.
Yes. The thing is that the milk should be fresh and it can be hygienic.
Yeah.
And then it is the best thing they can use. Some people back in about 10 or 15 years back, our mother used to give us the desi ghee with the thing that is very beneficial. Usually our doctors don't recommend, but I recommend the desi ghee is very beneficial for your skin, for your overall health, because it don't raise your glucose like lipid level at that extent like other ghees in the market, because it is not the manufactured or saturated like these. It is the natural thing and natural animal fat that can be easily absorbed in the body and make you active and healthy.
Right. For people who have hormone deficiencies or, you know, hormones that are not at the right levels and everything, what is fasting doing for that?
Hormone relation is also directly proportional to the food, and they are taking.
So basically, the food is the essence.
Yes, the food and also their the sleeping hygiene. So people, you have noticed that people who sleep late awakers, and the people who have had junk food and used to have food habit from outside, they have the hormonal issue mainly. Not everyone, but mainly
that's
these,
one of the main reasons. So the sleep hygiene, not getting enough sleep, and also eating junk food or a lot of fast food.
And the third thing is smoking. So in the Ramzan, even smokers are having fast, and they don't
they're not
smoke
in the day.
In the evening, they have a short span of day. So if a person is smoking 20 cigarettes a day, he comes to the usually comes to the 2 or 3, because there is short time, and that is what intermittent fasting do. That is intermittent fasting. We recommend intermittent fasting because for the shortening period of time of the food and the window of having food or getting food is shorter. So in that window, we usually want to have good food, healthy food. Not we don't want to get to the junk. If anyone is smoker and he or she won't be smoking at that point, because they have too short span of time.
Right. Okay. So now we talk about skin and hair and all the outside things. We've talked about the inside, the internal science that's working on. So it's reflected, the internal, actually that's true, isn't it? That your internal, whatever is going on inside your body that you can't see, is reflected in your skin and hair.
Yes.
So if you have skin problems or if you have hair problems, you can sort of, it's caused by something inside you that's going wrong.
Whenever we treat the patient with the hair or skin, we first treat them from inside. We give them the medicine, we give them supplements, so they can get a good insight, then it will automatically reflect on the outer side.
What vitamins and supplements are basically people, lacking in that they need this?
Here in our region, I have noticed that vitamin D is we are lacking. We are lacking vitamin C because there isn't any thing that is fulfilling our vitamin C except the oranges.
Citrus fruits that are seasonal.
Yes, that are seasonal, not in the whole
In
year.
the whole year,
Yes.
yeah. We got about 2 or 3 months
And
of
there
that.
is no habit of sitting in the sunlight and on the exposed area as in the only we
Because
do
it's
it.
not enough just sitting in the sunlight,
Sunlight.
when
It's-
you're fully
yes,
clothed.
No,
you have to have
you
exposure
have
on your
exposed
skin.
area,
Oh,
and for the great absorption.
Right.
The third thing is that in our diet mainly there is portion of carbohydrate. So we need to have good. Plenty of vitamins, we need to have plenty of proteins and fibers in our diet. So we always recommend them the balanced diet. Balanced diet is that having a portion of fat, having a portion of carbohydrate, and big portion of protein, and a big portion of fibers. So in Ramadan, and we have all these portions.
Oh, that's
That
true.
is very.
You have your fruit chart,
yes.
and you have your salad, and you have
Exactly.
everything is balanced
So
out.
everything is balanced, and we take dates that are beneficial, that give us the boost of energy at one time, and this is fibrous also. So people feel more energetic, more glowing, and more more confident in the Ramzan or after some days of Ramzan.
That's true, that's true. In fact, it's a wake-up call,
Yes, it is.
both spiritually, religiously, and physically, and mentally.
Definitely.
Everything.
Yes.
It's a whole detox.
Yes. That is good word for this. That it is detox, antioxidant.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the rest of the 11 months of the
Yes.
year
Yes.
that we recklessly
Whatever we have done to our body, and our face and our skin.
what we're doing, I think it just makes you more mindful. Another thing about Ramzan is that it makes you more mindful. It makes you slow down.
Yes.
I think that's
Yes.
what I really think.
Yes.
That you really slow down and you are thinking more, because in Ramadan you realize how much time you spend in eating food, preparing food, and just finding a snack, eating unnecessarily.
Yes. Yes.
When you have a fast, you realize, okay, in the beginning it's a bit difficult because you keep forgetting that you're fasting, and then you realize, oh God, you have all this time where you can do extra things. So that's also a
Yes,
fascinating fact.
that also have a good impact on the overall health. And one thing is, I'm adding in it, that a person is feeling having a balance in the life.
Yeah.
The people in Ramzan are not in very rush, and having a balance in a sleep cycle, a good sleep cycle, time for food, a proper time for food in the
Yeah,
morning,
proper time,
in
very
the evening,
important.
and the secretions of the enzymes from our stomach
So
are
true.
so balanced that they have to secrete in the morning, and then they have to secrete in the evening. That is the balance in the life, and there should be a balance for the whole year, as I recommend them.
So true. Like some people say, do you eat to live or do you live to eat?
Yes, it is the good example.
It's a wonderful example, that's true. Okay, let's talk about, as we were talking about skin, and we're talking about fasting. Well, in the month of Ramzan you're fasting, and then you can carry on intermittent fasting, as you mentioned. What does that do for the aging process in our bodies, our skin, our hair, everything?
It is the good question that what Ramzan is doing. Basically, in Ramzan, the aging is a process like we have a fat on the unwanted areas, and we have a good quantity of fat in our blood, and we have a lot of calories. We have to burn a lot of calories to get it down. But in Ramzan, we fast, our body used to get to these extra calories and these extra fat and consume it. When we consume it, the skin automatically going to shrink. Then we give it when we break the fast, we give it the rush of calories, the boost of energy, and plenty of water to hydrate. So the skin after dehydration get hydrate instantly. So it also play a great vital role in anti-aging and detoxing. Basically, detox is like thing, because we usually recommend people with cancers. We recommend them the intermittent fasting. That we in here in our practice, I've seen many doctors who just restrict the patient from taking carbohydrate, from taking like sweet things. That is the thing, from taking the rice, from taking them the flour, the maida. Yes, because there is a good quantity of starch in this and energy in it. So the cancer cell take these things and grow and regrow. So by restricting these things, there is a dramatic change in the treatment. That patient respond to the medicine.
That's how important it is.
There is you can say the growth of these cancer cells tend to stop, and even the cells die of not having a
because
glucose,
they're being starved as well.
Yes,
that's how dangerous and toxic
yes.
this all is.
So the fasting also is a detox for body, and as well as the play an antioxidant for the body as well.
Right. Okay. So when we think of our food and the food that we consume as a nation, keeping that in mind, if you have a staple of, the flour and rice as well. So what do we sort of replace it with? What should we be having if we keep that in mind?
There is flours in the market that are mixture of the lentils and other things except the wheat.
Right.
We can have other things
right.
In our flour.
We can have the fiber, the brown.
The things that can fill our stomach. So right. There should be a good portion of the fiber and lower portion of carbohydrates in it. So even if we eat more, there wouldn't any impact of the obesity on it, because we are only taking fibers, not the stomach fillers, not the things that give us the burst of calories. So we have to, it is the time that we have to replace our roti and rice with other things that are fibrous and having a lower caloric value. And as well as we have to adopt other things like dals, a greater portion of
vegetables.
Vegetables that have minerals, that vitamins, and dals have proteins. If we can afford, we can have a portion of meat, so to fulfill our all the things. But here in trends, and we eat roti and chawal, and having no proteins in it, having no fiber in it, and that could be the disaster for the health nowadays, because people used to have these things 30 years back, because they were
burning it off.
They were burning
physically.
it on. They walk a lot, they work a lot physically, and they used to go on the cycle, even on the by foot. But nowadays we wake up.
We're basically sitting down all day.
Yes, sitting down.
You sit down, you wake up in the morning, you sit in your car, you sit at the table, and then you sit in the car. You sit down at work or school or university or whatever it is, and then you come back home, and then you sit on your bed to watching television or sofa.
It is the time to modify our food habit and to modify our food and meal, what kind of meal we are. There should be programs on how to modify the food and how to make it, because roti chawal and salan is our now national food.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Yes,
that's what I was saying.
so with the help of your program, there should be program and awareness program to how to modify the food
To make it, you know,
our-
that's because that's where people, I think, in our side, in our part of the world,
Yeah.
that's where people get confused. Because they will see all these things being made,
Yeah.
and then many things that are being prepared, you know, if you watch it on a video or something, you can't get them in Pakistan. They're
Yes.
not available.
Yeah.
If they are available, they're too expensive.
Expensive, yes.
So that doesn't prove to be anything that is, you know, sensible financially. You
yes.
can't afford it. So you're absolutely right. We need to provide substitutes.
Yes.
To people and show them that, hey, look, this is easily prepared, it's economical, and this is what we should be eating.
Exactly. If you visit to the Middle East, they do their breakfast. They are very healthy people, and when I ask them that how you people are just healthy, they then I observe their food, like they eat cheese in the morning, the feta cheese in the
Feta
morning,
cheese.
yes,
Olives.
and olives in the day they eat salads. And
Tomatoes.
yes, in the evening, even with the chawal or anything, they have a large portion of the salad too.
Right, yeah.
So they have modified themselves accordingly. So it is the time for us
Exactly.
to modify ourselves and our nation to these things, and these natural things should be available at our soil.
That's so true.
that is the reason that
Yeah.
if we are going to buy a cheese, it is really expensive. If we are going to buy a broccolis for the salad, these are really expensive.
afford them.
So we are agriculture. Avocado is
They
really
are
expensive.
so expensive, crazy.
So because these are things can be available here. We are agriculture country. We have a good farming. We have a good.
It's about demand.
Yes,
If we
have
demand
dairy,
these things,
great
yeah.
dairy production, production, but we are not making cheese. We are not making these vegetables that are can be used in the salad. So
Right.
it is the time to give awareness to the people, give awareness to the institutions that they should make these kind of food and make it available to everyone. So
Yeah.
everyone can have access to these and use it and tend to move towards the other food habit.
So, you know, some really important tips that Dr. Abbas has been giving us throughout the program. Number one, be mindful about what you're eating. Replace the deep oil frying with an air fryer. Yeah, it may seem a bit expensive, a bit of an expensive investment, but it's something that will help you down the road, and it'll help you long term in your health, because we find that many of the things that have been going on with our health have been things we could have prevented with our lifestyle and our eating habits, many of them. So yeah, being mindful. Okay, another thing that I found, people sort of start to say, okay, eat boiled food. Well, don't touch oil, don't touch fats. But we need a certain
we
amount
definitely
of fat
need.
as well.
There is not good. It is not good practice that make people to allergic to the
Ublawa
food.
khana
Yes,
kha lo
ublawa.
and,
No,
you know.
no, they can eat, but in a smaller portion.
Right.
One of my teacher used to tell his patient that you can eat anything. You can eat pakoras, but you can't eat pakoras, but you can eat pakoda. You can't eat samosas, but you can eat samosa. So the people should realize that this is their own health, and it can be have effect on their health. So they should control their appetite. They could control their satiety. Their thing like that arose their feeling that they should have this and this. So it is their own responsibility to avoid these things. They can have, but in a very lower portion.
A lot of it is basic common sense. Just, you know, portion control, if you just think of it. That if you restrict yourself and be mindful, and also I think something that is very important is have friends and company, people with the same mindset. if you're sitting down with people who do not care about what they're eating and they're ordering things like this, you're going to do the same thing. So educate your friends, family, loved ones. You be the changing person in the family, in your friend circle, and see what a difference it makes.
There should be a food revolution, and people.
That is so true. I love that term, food revolution. You know, we talk about lots of revolutions, but nobody's thinking about the main one.
Yes,
which is the food
there should
revolution.
be food revolution, and the viewers of our program, I want them the food revolutionary.
Start it now.
Yes,
Start it now.
The
During
revolutionary
Ramzan,
movement
start,
in Ramzan started with
start
the
it
good.
now and carry it on, because you're learning those good habits then. Absolutely, yeah. People who come to you with scars, acne scars or whatever, things like that, they have to be treated. Can fasting play a role in that?
Basically, the acne and the spotting on the face, these are also directly proportional to the exposure to the sun and the food they are taking. Okay. So if in Ramzan there is opportunity to take good food, detox your body, take plenty of fruits in your and juices in your diet, and avoid these junk foods and fast foods. Even you can avoid the oily things, and this can play a good and great role on their skin with acne and acne scars, obviously.
By juices you mean fresh
Yes,
juice?
yes, fresh juices. I'm not recommended any,
the
packed juice. It is always, if I'm talking about the juice in the program, it is always the fresh juice.
And I think it's the processed foods that mainly doctors want us to stay away from.
Yes, when we use the term junk food, it is obviously the processed food and the foods that cannot be decomposed, even if you.
I saw an experiment where they put some fast food, the French fries, they put them out on a table or something outside, and they hadn't decomposed in like 2 months.
Even the reptiles and bacteria don't want to see.
Imagine. And we're willfully throwing away all our money and getting ourselves to eat that, and our kids as well, and families. Oh wow, we really do need to work on that. Sodas, these soft drinks. What do they do to our body? Because we find that many people are addicted to those as well.
There is, if you have gone through an experience that if you take one glass of fast drink, there could be 6 or 8 spoons of sugar in it. That is very sugary, and the sugar have a very bad role on the skin. Automatically, for experience, for the people who are watching us, they should experience it. If they cut off their sugar in the food and make it for 2 weeks, they will experience a dramatic change in their skin, in their hair, as well as their behavior also. They're confident because sugar, it is always also processed sugar, and it is not natural thing. And from these processed sugar, we make the the drinks. Fizzy and the soft drinks, and having a great portion.
So that's the worst thing to have.
Yes.
What about the diet ones?
The diet one are also their taste is also sugary. I don't know what they add, but obviously they won't add stevia in it. They won't add expensive thing that we can use for our health. They add the thing that is in bulk and the cheap one. So I don't recommend any kind of these. Even I don't recommend the energy drinks. People used to have energy drinks in the Ramzan too, but I don't recommend that, because in energy drink there is, if I am having 1 cup of coffee and then coffee boost my system, and the working capacity is doubled, but it also have a great impact on the palpitation and tachycardia, that
Right.
my heart beats faster, and palpitation in the coffee, and
Anxiety.
anxiety exactly. It play a role in the in increasing the anxiety. So this is the 1 cup of coffee. In energy drink, you imagine that 6 cup of coffee
Oh
is
my
equal
God.
to 1 energy drink, because the caffeine level in that
It's
cup
so high.
so high, as well as the sugar level is so much high, because it is made up of sugar and this caffeine thing. So the people who are taking the energy drinks, avoid these things. These are not beneficial for health. For instance, they can boost your system, and they can make you feel like you were having,
Temporarily.
yes, but
But you get a crash afterwards.
in the long term, it is disaster for health.
Okay, right. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for right now, Dr. Abbas. It has been an absolutely wonderful program. And, you know, it just helps a person so much with motivation and inspiration to get the maximum benefits of this holy month. So thank you so much for giving us, you know, your expertise. And before we leave, as always, I say a quick message to our viewers.
Thank you. The message for viewers in Ramzan is that they can eat anything, but in smaller portion. We have to realize the importance of the balanced diet and food revolution. Every one of you should be a food revolutionary in your family, and educate them about the essence of the health, that is food. Thank you very much.
And that is an excellent message, Dr. Abbas, the food revolutionary aspect. I think we should all start this. And thank you once again. That's all we have time for this week, but we'll see you next time. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye-bye.